What's up, guys? It is Season 7 of War, and this is our first matchup against KenOB. I decided to join SaS. I ended up leaving leaving leadership in Adam. It was fun there, met a lot of great guys, but I just needed some time after 6 seasons of War. I just needed to step back from leadership and relax. So I joined these guys, who have been awesome so far. Kind of a shitty first War matchup, but we're in Tier 1. So, I mean, the loss isn't too bad in points-wise. Main concern, I imagine, here was clearing the map, and we did. So, you know, didn't get stuck anywhere, so that's always good. I'm on Path 1 today, which is uncommon for me, but Path 1 is a nice break from doing Path 5 and 4 and all that shit. So I've been getting this problems connecting to network bullshit a lot. I don't know if anyone else has been getting it as much as I have, but it happens very frequently and is extremely alarming when you're about to go into a war fight. Alright, so first fight was against Punisher. Now, I used the war calculator and it said it could have been Massacre or Agent Venom. I figured these guys are running unfazed, so even though I thought it could have been Punisher, which ended up being, I still decided to go with Corvus because I'd still rather play it safe, and I don't have to worry about auto-evading, and I'm not one of the best Stark players, so I got lucky with him not getting his fucking whatever the fuck buff it is at the end there that keeps him from dying. Can't fucking think right now. Alright, so Poison Node, 6-star skill. Now, I've never used Iceman in War. In fact, I just recently rank 4'd him, even though he's unduped. I got a rank 3 to 4 gem from the Ultron variant quest, so I figured why not use it on him. I needed a pretty decent immune champ, so I mean, I know I won't start with Cold Snap, but I'm not really worried about fighting somebody who evades, and if I ever fought a cornered node, at least I could utilize him and his being able to take special 3 damage and all that bullshit without having to worry about cornered getting, you know, ridiculously going. So I threw on a 30% boost and a 20% attack boost, and I don't know why I threw on the special attack boost, but I figured it was a good idea. Ended up being Thor Ragnarok, which I thought it might have been Kingpin, but was doubtful, and Thor was a pretty good person to put on here, especially with the power drain after I think it's 30 seconds. So at this point, I'm just trying to get up to about 18 or 19 hits, because I believe Iceman's L1 counts as 3 hits. Yeah, 3 hits. So that way I shut down his power again. And now I'm about to lose my next fucking special bar, which is fine. Wanted to keep his hits low, but even still, he was finished before I even like really got going. Node 26. I was positive this was going to be a Korg. I should have realized when I saw that this was a rank 4 champ that it was not Korg, because the guy had a rank 5 one in his profile. But I'm new to SaS, and I kind of wanted to make sure I didn't fuck up on my first war. So my brain was just, okay, it's Korg, so let's go fix my masteries, which I do. I go in here, I take off all my utility, I threw on parry, well, I maxed parry, and I just left off limber. I'm not, sorry, not limber, wow. I left off dexterity. Just in case it was Korg, which it clearly wasn't, but I just was not paying attention at this point. My boosts were running out, and I was just like, alright, I just need to get this shit done with. It was kind of late at night. I didn't want to get too tired and then just botch my fight because I was tired. So I just went with precaution. I figured no matter who it was, it's a skill. I can't think of anyone who's, you know, L1 I couldn't have, like, just back away from if it's, you know, if I don't have dexterity on. So I went into this fight with Corvus. That's what I would have used even if it was Korg. I Thought about using Iceman just in case, but I didn't. Ended up being Black Panther, which was nice, but at the same time, his L1 can be iffy for me even when I have dexterity on, so I was a little nervous about him triggering that, so I kept backing up after I do like 2 or 3 hits, or 3 or 4 hits I should say, and then backing up and hoping he'd kind of rush me, and he did. So I brought him to an L2, and then I threw my L2, and at this point, because of the boosts, it finished him, and I picked up a charge, so that was a plus. At this point, went back, threw back on dexterity. Alright, on to the next fight. If my game wants to load. Problems connecting to the network. Please check your connection. Yeah, it's my fucking connection, right? Alright, so I got a tech coming up, which I found this placement a little strange, just due to who it was. I mean, now I know this is, I think, an enhanced bleed node. I don't remember, I haven't looked at these nodes information in quite a while, but it ended up being the fucking LOL Ultron, which I thought was strange, especially since he adds poison and like no bleed at all, so I don't know. Anyways, here I am waiting for him to, get to 7 seconds so I could throw my heavy at him, which was pretty well done. Like, if I felt like he should have evaded a little bit sooner than he did, but I was afraid with the boosts I had on that I'd end up taking him out if I started hitting him too much. So I picked up 2 charges from there. Now I'm at 3 charges, which is nice. Now, these 2 next fights I knew would be no problem. Just because, at this point, I think my boosts might have ran out at this point. I'm not 100%. But, oh no, yep, I reapplied them. I threw in a health boost just because I figured this was going to be Corvus with the charges there. It's a good spot for him, especially with the critical block damage you take. But, I didn't figure this would be too hard of a node either way with him on it. I've never fought him here myself, but the fact that you can parry helps a ton, and it doesn't look like they have max limber on him, so that's also a plus. I guess my one concern was getting hit by his L1, but he never even got to it. L2 and he was done. Alright, the unblockable L1 node. Now this guy had Vision and Sentinel in his profile. Either one of those wouldn't have been a problem with Corvus. Just in case it was Vision, I thought it was a good idea to throw on a special 3 defense boost. Had to make sure I healed him up. I figure at least if it was Vision and he got an L3 for any reason, this would at least save my ass, I imagine. Ended up being Sentinel. This was kind of a joke fight right here, especially after fighting them so many times on map 5 before. Because L1's not really too hard to evade, and I mean, I guess if I'm like going into a 5-hit combo, he can spring it on me and fuck me up, but, not really the most intimidating person to fight here. Which I'm actually surprised about. Got to my L2, 22 hits, 25, and he's done. Well, actually 24, technically. Alright, from here, moving on to Archangel. Thank God, because I fucking hate Bishop. And I suck with Stark, so Bishop would have been a real shit show for me, most likely. Alright, Corvus has 37,000 health right now, which is pretty solid. Alright, do a lot of blocking, whereas heavies do a nice combo. repeat. He was cooperating today. He wasn't just throwing 5-hit combos and throwing me off. Alright, now he's at his L2, so his L2 is pretty easy to evade. Blocked that last hit. It could have been worse if I didn't. Got to my L2. Almost took him out, but not quite. Almost ran into his L1 there at the end. That would have been embarrassing. But 25 hits, and he was down. That was it for my path today. I was not hitting the champion. My guys are not suited for that. No deaths so far this season, so that's a plus. We ended up with a loss, as to be expected. I mean, we still put up a fight, which was nice. I haven't personally faced anybody of this caliber in war, I think ever. But it was definitely fun, and I really like my new alliance. And I hope you guys tune in for the rest of my war videos throughout the season. Thank you for watching. Also, yep, our next matchup is also going to be a shit show, so just keep that in mind. Alright, later guys.